Alright guys, so for another blog post, I am actually going to be talking to you guys about how to make your own stencils. It's actually a really cool thing that you can do, so you don't have to go off and buy stencils, but you also can make your own stencils off of items that you find off of Google. So basically what I bought this was from Hobby Lobby. It's called Show-Offs. They're just regular stencil blanks. I buy the 12 by 18. You actually get 3 in a pack for $3.99. And if you use a 40% off coupon, it ends up being much cheaper than that. So that's actually really cheap stencils if you think about it. What I do then is I cut them down to be 6 by 6. Why I cut them down to be 6 by 6 is I don't do anything over 4 by 6. So it's wasteful for me to make anything over 6 by 6. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut it down using your regular blade, and you're going to put it onto your silhouette mat. Now I put it down, and then I grab some tape and I tape it down just to make sure that it's going to work. Don't worry about the tape, it comes right off of it. It's not a big deal. But I do not want this to lift while it's cutting. It's so irritating. It's cutting away and all of a sudden it lifts and you waste something, and I hate wasting things. So once it's on there, see, it's on there. You load it into your Cameo. Now, why am I making stencils? I make stencils because I do a lot of mixed media artwork. I have like a little mixed media journal, and you can just do so much things with it, especially if you use texture paint, and ink, and you can just go crazy with stencils. I have like so many stencils, it's ridiculous. But I still feel the need to make more stencils. So what you're going to do is, once you're going to find your image, you're going to convert it into a DXF or a GSD file or however you want to do it. And if you have questions on how to do that, just revert past to my past videos and they'll actually show you how to do it in 3 different programs. So what I did is I found an image on Google and I put it into the Silhouette program. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. And what you're going to do is you're going to change your settings. I put mine under, I usually do it under the cover stock or the chipboard, something really thick. I put the speed at 5 and I put the thickness at 33, and I do a double cut. Now as you see here, it says put your blade at 5. I'm not going to put my thickness at 5. That's craziness. I'm going to put it at 10. Once you start playing with it, you're going to realize that computer's not always right and you got to figure things out. So basically we're going to start cutting. Now this is going to take a while, so we'll come back when it's done. All right. Alright, so it just came out of the Cameo. As you see, you can kind of see the cuts on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it off. Look how awesome that is. Alright, so that stencil. Now it took like 6 minutes to cut, but to be honest with you, that's a lot quicker than me having to drive to the store, try to find the stencil area, and then sit there and think about what stencil I want to use. And all I literally did is I went to Google and I typed in swirled black background, and this little image popped up. So how I'm going to actually show you how I use it. I'm going to use 2 different techniques. I'm going to use a spray ink, and I'm going to use a texture gel. The texture gel is actually a really cool thing that you can use. That basically, if you have a lot of time for it to dry, pretty much because it takes a while, you can use it. There's multiple ways you can use texture gel, but I'm going to show you my favorite kind of way. Alright, so give me one moment and I will be right back. Okay, so what I use basically for this is I use watercolor paper. It's the best thing to use. It's heavier. It holds a lot more water-based items like ink. So first thing I'm going to show you how to do is the spray ink texture. You're going to put your 4x3 card down, put the stencil right on top of it, and you're just going to spray your ink right into it. It's extremely easy to do. Alright, you're going to pick the stencil up carefully, and there's your background. It's really easy to do. You can do a whole bunch of different things with it. I actually have managed to make my own ink based out of 95% alcohol that you can buy at like drugstores, and the alcohol re-inkers from Ranger Ink, and you can make your own. So once that dries, it'll be a really cool background to do. See that? That's kind of awesome. Alright, and then the next one is going to be texture paste. Texture paste is, it's found in your art section. You probably won't be able to find it in your scrapbook stores. But this is Liquitex Black Lava Texture Gel. I bought this at Sam Flax down in Orlando. I think it was like $8 for this, but literally this will last me for the rest of my life. I won't use all of this. And as you see, you can see it. It's really crazy looking. It's got little black specks in it, which if you've seen any of my stuff, I do a lot of black work. I love the color black, and I just do a lot of black. Everything's got black in it. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to grab your palette knife, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this. I'm going to put it down on your paper. Alright, you're going to take your acrylic ink, or sorry, paint, and you want to use a thick paint. You know, you don't want to use the craft paint, even though it'll work, but for a thicker, more textured look, you want to use thick paint. And I'm going to put just a little bit on top of that. And you're going to mix it in. Alright. The only thing is when you mix it like this, you're not going to see the black specks, but they still turn out really awesome. So I'm going to pick some up on my palette knife. Hold your stencil down. Right? And you're just going to scrape it over top. Just like that. You don't want to move the stencil at all. You don't want to do anything else with it. You're just going to basically like icing a cake. Just going to go over top of it. Alright, you're going to pick up the stencil carefully. And there you have it. Now, if you look, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick this up. I hope so. Once you see the shadows, you know it's textured and it turns out really awesome this way. So, that's it. That's basically how to make your own stencil for literally almost nothing. And you know, you buy all these super awesome artsy stuff, and you can make a whole bunch of different things with it. That's not all you can do with it. You can literally doodle inside the holes and everything. It's crazy what you can do with stencils. So I hope this gets you out there and, you know, cutting your own stencils and just going to town with it. Thanks so much. Bye.